There is no magnetic tape involved in a digital audio workstation, but all of the terminology we use around recording and editing audio is from the era of magnetic tape. When you are recording, for example, you might say rolling, even though there are no reels in a digital recorder. If you get a good recording of an interview, you might say you got good tape. Similarly, all of the tools and processes involved in editing your audio have names like cutting and splicing, something one does physically when working with magnetic tape. This lesson is all about using these tools in the digital audio workstation to make edits to your podcast audio. So we're back in Logic, but the stuff that we are doing in this lesson you can do in any DAW, and it will look, if not exactly the same, then very similar to how it looks in Logic. I've got a long piece of audio. I'm actually just going to clip out a very small portion of it that I want to play around with and see if I can clean it up a little bit. This is from an interview that I conducted a few years ago. And that project is already done and published, but I've still got the old file. So I'm going to clip it and play around with it just a bit. So what I just did, I pressed Command T, which is the keyboard shortcut for slice. And the reason I use keyboard shortcuts is because I'm probably making hundreds, if not thousands, of slices in the typical audio file that I'm working with. So the more you can streamline that effort, the better it is. So I'm going to take this big region of audio that I just cut off from this one, and I'm just going to delete it because I'm not going to work with that for right now. And if, that's the great thing about working in a digital platform instead of with tape. If you threw away that tape, it would be gone forever. But in a digital audio workstation, you can press Command Z and it comes right back. So I've got this clip here. I'm going to get rid of this, press delete, and I'm going to zoom in and see what we're working with. Like stuff that kids are making, middle schoolers and high schoolers, is like, it has increased so dramatically, like the tools that everybody has at their fingertips now. I took a lot of words there to say a very simple thing. What I'm going to do now is rewrite history and make that point that I meant to make in fewer words. So let's see if I can do it. I've got, the amount of, and then an exhale. What I'm going to do is see if I can get the amount of, I'm going to get rid of the amount of, Now I'm going to see if I can get rid of this exhalation. So I'm pressing Command T. If instead of pressing Command T, I wanted to use a single click, I would grab the scissors tool, which I just did. So I'm going to make a cut here. And then like stuff that kids are making here, because I want it to go directly from of into stuff. I want to get rid of that like, and I want to see if I can make it sound natural, like I actually said what I meant to say the first time without taking a bunch of pauses in between. So let's see if I can do that. What I just did was I'd overlapped this clip with this clip. Maybe I'll make this a little bit bigger so that you can see. This overlap, I have it set so that it's a crossfade. So if I drag one clip over another clip, it's going to crossfade between the two of them. So let's see how it sounds with this overlap of stuff that kids are making, middle schoolers and high schoolers, is like, it has increased so dramatically. I'll get rid of the is like, and I'll get rid of the it has, or no, I'll get rid of the is like, it has increased so, we want the it to go directly into the has. And high schoolers is like, it has increased. Oh, actually, middle schoolers and high schoolers is like, it has increased so dramatically. We'll get rid of the it. This will just go directly. and high schoolers has increased so dramatically, like the tools that everybody has at their fingertips now. What we've done is taken out some stuff that we didn't need. We've done it using the scissors tool to make a slice and a splice. The slice is where you cut the audio. The splice is where you overlap it. And as a result, we've got something that's a lot more listenable than what we had to start with. The amount of stuff that kids are making, I've made my point much more quickly and thoughtfully compared with what we had before, which was this. The amount of like stuff that kids are making, middle schoolers and high schoolers, is like, it has increased so dramatically. Like your task is to play around with these tools in a recording. And I really do mean play. This is very tedious, detail-oriented work, especially when you're new to it. So you want your practice to be as low stress as possible. For that reason, I recommend giving yourself lots of time to make mistakes and get used to the tools before you have an important edit due. Just for fun, you could make a cut of some audio in which you take every single instance of a single word and stitch it together, like this. Tape, 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 good tape. Or don't, but whatever you do, do it in the spirit of play. Have fun. See you next time.